The best of money matters. Under the radar.
You're listening to Money FM 89.3 and it's now time for Under the Radar with me, Chua Tian Tian. Now, you'll more or less notice the signage of this company if you drive along the Tampines Expressway towards the airport, rain or shine. Now, here's another hint. It is located within the Tampines Retail Park, along with giant hypermart. If you've guessed Courts, then bingo, you've got it right. But have you ever wondered if Courts is a Singapore or a Malaysian furniture chain, or who actually owns Courts these days? Well, we'll bring you all the answers in this interview. With roots as a furniture retailer from the UK, Courts started operations in Singapore half a century ago in 1974 and has since expanded to 13 stores spanning over 464,000 square feet of retail space. Now, the firm expanded to Malaysia in 1987 and most recently ventured into the Indonesian market in 2014. Now, once known as Courts Asia Limited, the firm was previously listed on the main board of the Singapore Exchange in October 2012. And that was until 2019 when Yokohama-based electrical appliance retailer Nojima Corporation bought over the company's shares. Now, today, Courts is wholly owned by Nojima Corporation, which runs over 900 stores and has a market capitalization of 1.8 billion Sing dollars on revenues of 6.6 billion Sing dollars. So, how has the firm changed over the years with Nojima Corporation as its parent? And in the meantime, Courts is also an interesting company to look at because of its efforts to refresh its offerings to target the next generation of furniture shoppers. For one thing, it had in 2019 opened its first Internet of Things stores at Funan to better cater to smart home shoppers. It also opened the 189,000 square feet Courts Nojima in 2022 to provide an experiential retail space for shoppers. But how far has the firm's moves captured the hearts of younger consumers, and what are the key drivers of growth in the furniture industry as brick-and-mortar chains compete against online retailers? Well, lots of questions, and joining me right here in the studio is Harry Higashiura, Group Chief Commercial Officer, Nojima APAC, and Country CEO of Singapore and Malaysia at Courts. Harry, welcome.
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Harry Higashiura.
Great to have you join us on the show, Harry. And we've briefly talked about Courts as a company with roots as a furniture retailer from the UK. Now, it's mostly present in Singapore and Malaysia, though. And in terms of ownership, it's owned by a leading electrical appliance retailer listed on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. So there are a lot of things to unpack here. Take us through the heritage of the firm, Harry. Is Courts a UK brand, a Singaporean brand, a Malaysian brand? Who used to own it in the past? At what point did Nojima Corporation come in?
Thank you for asking this question. Actually, I received same question from customer when I serving customer. As you already introduced, the Courts founded in 1850 in England. And the founder was named Albert Courts. So the Courts name came from the owner of this Courts, founded in this England. And eventually, they started to do a retail for furniture business at the beginning, but they started to sell the electrical. 50 years ago, they established the Courts Singapore, and also when we start, we only sell furniture. But in last 20 years, we started to sell electrical product and also the IT product. So we are not just selling the furniture, but also the electrical. And in 2019, the Nojima Corporation, which is the one of the largest electrical retailer in Japan, we acquired the Courts Singapore to expand our business scale in Southeast Asia. So Nojima, although not selling the furniture, I think there are a lot of things we can cooperate together to fulfill customer expectation in Southeast Asia. That's how we come to the current situation.
I see. And Harry, let's take a look at your product offerings. You mentioned not just furniture, also electrical appliances as well. So I understand Courts looks at a wide range of products. Electrical and furniture we talked about earlier. There's IT, there's complementary home solutions as well. The idea is to create a seamless one-stop home shopping experience. So what would you say is the most important product vertical for the firm financially?
If you ask me the particular category, it's a bit difficult to answer because each household and the individual consumer, they need the variety of product time to time. of course, when they buy new house, they need furniture. They need the big ticket item like a washing machine and fridge. And the day-to-day the use, the smartphone, the laptop is necessary product. So it's not we have a particular focus category, but we are trying to fulfill all the needs of the day-to-day life.
So talk about meeting the needs, the day-to-day needs of people's daily lives. I understand Quartz' mission is to make aspirational home products more easily affordable. And the firm is also known for its in-house flexible financing solutions. Now, how would you then describe your industry positioning strategy against other players like IKEA or Best Denki? What would you say is your competitive advantage then?
One thing I can tell is the furniture and electrical, there are a lot of the connectivity. So compared to those retailers like IKEA or Best Denki, when you come to Quartz, you can find the furniture, the electrical and IT in one the place. So that we can provide the variety of product to fulfill provide the solution to most of customers. I think that is one of the advantage, and we are trying to continue to expand.
I see. And the other point I do want to touch on as well is affordability being a key differentiator of Quartz against other furniture and electrical appliance providers. When we talk about affordability, Harry, are we looking at low prices or high prices but low barriers to entry with easy financing? And if it is easy financing, then how would you describe your positioning against those online furniture retailers like those listed on Taobao and Alibaba in this day and age? How far do you generate revenue from loans and interest on your furniture financing solutions then?
It's a very good question. Now in the market, everybody talking about the competition between online and offline.
Yeah.
So I think this competition will continue as we are also doing the omni-channel business. We also have our online business. But one thing I can tell is the offline, there are a lot of benefit and the peace of mind we can provide to customer. When you go to online, like Taobao, you can find a lot of product and the price is very affordable. But come to after service, we have a physical store, offline store, and we are facing to customer before they decide to buy. Even after they buy, they can always come and find us so that we can provide the after service. And this is very important. We see and we are trying to differentiate from the online business. For example, furniture, when you buy from online, how about the warranty period? Most of the furniture item doesn't come with the warranty. But all of our furniture item, when you buy from Quartz, the store, we provide at least 1 year warranty. And we are even having an extended warranty to provide the peace of mind. That is one thing I think we are we can say it is the reason for customer to come and buy from us. And about the affordability, the answer to your two questions, I would say both is very important. Depending on what customer want, despite the budget they can pay for one item. That's why we are providing our in-house credit, and also the last year we started to collaborate with the credit company to have a Quartz MasterCard so that customer can afford the luxury item as well.
I was looking at your mission to make aspirational home products more affordable, so which means when we are looking at prices at Quartz, it is not necessarily low prices, but it's about being able to assess those products. Is that right to put it that way?
Yeah.
Okay, and when we talk about generating revenue from your financing solutions, how far does Quartz generate revenue from the loans and interest on your financing solutions?
I cannot disclose the very detailed numbers, but over the time, this credit demand in the market has been changed significantly. Because in last few years, the buy now, pay later has been very common, especially to the young generation. And the bank also, they are competing each other to provide the IPP. But we are still providing our in-house credit for customer when they need as a payment method. And our revenue share is actually less than the 3%. 97% of our revenue is coming from our merchandise sales.
Okay, I see. Okay, given your positioning, Harry, Court's positioning, right? You look at aspirational products, right? You have after service, but yet it's easily accessible, be it through financing solutions or through lower prices. How would you describe your major customer base then? And what is the frequency of purchase and the average basket size?
Who is our target is also it's a bit difficult to specify it, because as you upgrade your lifestyle, is when you start to explore what kind of product you need. So our target in general is a family, the group. When there is a family, then you need to have more bigger ticket item. So in general, our target is family. But now we are trying to explore how we can capture the demand from the young generation as well, because they are young now, but eventually they get the bigger, then they need the product.
I see. But in terms of the income level, we're looking at middle income. Is that the right gauge?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the middle income is talking about the majority of the citizens.
Okay. Now let's take a look at where things are at for Courts at the moment, Harry. Courts has expanded to 13 stores, spanning over 464,000 square feet of retail space right here in Singapore alone. Take us through the brand's footprint. Which is the most important geographical market? Ultimately, when it boils down to the dollars and cents for the firm, is it Singapore, is it Malaysia, or is it Indonesia?
As you mentioned, the Singapore, we have 13 stores. But in terms of number of stores, the Malaysia have more. Malaysia, we have 46 stores. And last year, we acquired the retailer called Tandem Match Technology, the well-known as a TMT. So the company has 50 stores in Malaysia. So in total, the number of stores, Malaysia have more. But I would say in terms of sales, the contribution, Singapore has more than 50%.
Wow.
Yeah. So the Singapore is still a key country for us.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, if we go back in time, Harry, Courts was formerly known as, I believe, Courts Asia. And based on the latest numbers I can find, Courts had in November 2018 reported net loss of 3.1 million Sing dollars in the fiscal second quarter, weighed down by lower gross profit margins and revenue. And as we know, Nojima Corporation bought Courts Asia's shares in 2019. So what value did Nojima Corporation see in Courts back then? How have things at Courts changed with Nojima Corporation coming into the picture?
So the reason why Nojima acquired the Courts Asia at the time is because we understand the name value and the mind share of Courts was quite strong. And as a Nojima Corporation, we wanted to extend the business scale, not just limited to in Japan.
Yeah.
So instead of we start opening store by ourselves, we saw the potential, the Courts that we can work together. That's the reason how we started doing the business together.
So how have things changed with Nojima Corporation coming into the picture? How have you turned things around?
Okay. One thing, I'm talking about Nojima Corporation. In Japan, we also have a lot of competition. And one thing we are trying to differentiate from the other retailer is the people who work in the store. It's not just about the price competition. It's not about the what product we sell and gain margin. We see a value about the people who serve customer. That's why after we acquired Nojima APAC, the Courts Asia, the first thing we focus is the alignment of our internal policies. So in terms of the how we speak to customer, how we provide the services, these are the things until now we are still focusing and trying to align as a group. Yeah.
So after aligning those priorities and goals and integrating Courts, how have things been turned around at Courts in terms of the financials? Because we were looking at a net loss back in 2018 after all.
So this part, I would say we are still in the transition period. As you know, in last few years, we invested very huge in the Heeren business.
Yes.
Yeah. So in terms of existing store, at least 3 or 4 store, we are going to do a renovation because the expectation and the shopping behavior also has been changed. And we are trying to create more the experience corner in our store so that customer see a reason to come to our store instead of buy from online. I think as a group, we are trying to transform ourselves.
I see. If you're just tuning in, we're now in conversation with Harry Higashiura, Group Chief Commercial Officer at Nojima APAC and Country CEO of Singapore and Malaysia at Courts. Well, Harry, fast forward to the present. What would you say is the role of Courts against the wider portfolio of brands held by Nojima Corporation?
As I mentioned earlier, Nojima itself, it takes time to expand the business scale in overseas. And as you know, most of the Japanese, they don't speak English. A lot of technology or the value they have, but it's limited in Japan. It was quite tough for Nojima to start it by themselves.
Yeah.
So by having the Courts, the Nojima APAC, I am hoping that we can successfully expand the business in Southeast Asia. So without having Nojima APAC, I think we couldn't come to this stage.
I see. Yeah. Now, earlier we talked about how Courts is an interesting company to look at, not just also because it's time for us to do our spring cleaning and get new furniture, but also because the firm is looking to refresh its offerings to target the next generation of furniture shoppers. You have your first Internet of Things stores at Funan in 2019 to cater to smart home shoppers. You have this 189,000 square feet Courts Nojima, which opened in 2022. That was in Heeren, right? The one that we talked about, to provide an experiential retail space for shoppers. How far have the moves been effective in capturing the hearts and minds of your customers?
So you're asking about this Heeren business, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, the 4 Courts, we are still new in this market, doing not just retail, but managing the building itself. So we are still studying, and we are planning to replan ourselves within the shopping mall. Of course, we are working with our tenants also how we can be different from the other shopping malls. So I would say we are still exploring how we can have the value added to the people in Orchard Road.
I see.
Yeah.
We talked about the new stores in Funan and Heeren as well. Big spaces. Is it worth the capital expenditure and the rental you're putting in given the frequency of furniture shopping in Singapore and Malaysia though?
The answer is yes and no.
Okay.
Because from the consumer point of view, we want to see a lot of variety so that I can I can select the right product. That's how I would see if I'm a consumer. But nowadays, as you mentioned, the rental has been increased tremendously. We are trying hard to match the customer expectation. That's why we sometimes try to get a bigger space. But now I think the market has changed. Not necessary, as long as the retailer provide the hot spot product. So now and moving forward, we are trying to redefine, not necessary to have a bigger space, but with the smaller scale, how we can meet the customer expectation. That is one of the plan we are trying to do. Yeah.
So it's all about store design, I suppose. And that actually brings me to my next question, Harry. How would you describe the demand for furniture in the near term? Because consumers appear to be tightening their purse strings amid sticky inflation. How do you intend to get around that? What type of store concepts would work better in such economic environments?
I am wondering, since I joined to this retail industry, actually, electrical retail shop, I don't say only one, but most of the time, customer enjoy negotiating with us. I will say even the inflation is the serious concern in the market.
Yeah.
But we as a Courts, we are actually offering much competitive price. And actually, compared to the few years ago, I would say we are not increasing the price. We are still trying to provide the best price in the market. And which I think the other retailer also, they are trying hard to match this the expectation.
Are you seeing customers negotiate even more in this economic climate?
Yes. I would say even before, the customer is really enjoying negotiation. And actually, I as a sales staff also enjoying this negotiation.
I totally get what you mean. Taking a look at the road ahead, Harry, Statista estimates that the revenue in the furniture market in Asia amounts to a staggering $184.1 billion in 2025, and that figure is expected to grow at a compound annual growth rate of 5.46% from 2025 to 2029. How far are you aligned with the numbers, and which are the key drivers of growth for Courts?
So far, we foresee we are almost aligned with this the growth trend and slightly higher than this expected the projection. So I hope until this 2029 at least we align or the grow ahead from this market prediction.
So where do you think are the segments or the geographical markets that will prove to be the most promising for the firm to expand into, the growth drivers for the firm in the longer term?
At this moment, there's no specific geographical the strategy we have. If there is an opportunity, we are always open to explore. And in terms of the product retail, as you know, the mobile phone has been essential product for most of the consumers. So I think the IT, the product, we are continuing the expanding, just like the TMT acquisition. If there is an opportunity, we are open to expand in such way also.
I see. And before we let you go, Harry, what are some future plans for Courts and the new year? What can we expect in Singapore and Malaysia? Any teasers for us in the meantime?
At least Courts, we are not increasing the price at all. And actually, the last year and last year, there was a GST hike and there was a huge demand. So we foresee this year will be tough for our industry. That's why instead of we adapt with this inflation, we are going to be more aggressive. We are very competitive, providing the affordable product. As you mentioned, affordable means in terms of the price point and also even the higher product. We are providing not just the in-house credit. We are providing IPP and also the Courts MasterCard. We have a lot of solution for customer as well as the after service. I am sure when people buy from Courts, we are responsible even after the shopping.
I see. Lots to watch indeed. Thank you so much for joining us today, Harry. That was Harry Higashiura, Group Chief Commercial Officer, Nojima APAC, and Country CEO of Singapore and Malaysia at Courts. Thank you so much for joining us on Money FM 89.3.
Thank you very much.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance. To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.